All right, agenda, meeting of Scituate Board of Health, Monday, July 10, 2017, Selectmen's Chambers, Town Hall, 6 p.m. I'll take a motion to open the meeting and accept the agenda.
Motion to open the meeting on July 10th, 6 p.m. and accept the agenda.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
First item of schedule item, Scituate Package Store, FDA tobacco retailer inspection violation. And
Yep.
Both of you?
Yep. How you doing, gentlemen? My name's Frank Holpoise. I'm a Scituate resident, and I'm an attorney in Marshfield, and I'm here with my client today, who is Front Street Liquor Inc. It's also known as Scituate Package Store, and also as Captain Snappy's, the old Bailey's liquor store in the harbor. You probably know it. Ely Hoyueus is here. He is the president and owner of the establishment. And we did get the letter from the health agent, and also had received a letter previously from the FDA on this March, I guess it was 30th, 2017 violation. And, you know, we accept what happened as accurate, and my client sent a response letter to the FDA as a result of what happened, selling the cigarettes to a minor, and they accepted that. There's been no further action taken by them. We're here tonight to answer any questions obviously you folks would have. My client, as I said, takes the incident very seriously. They have two forms of electronic identification machines in the liquor store, and this was just an inadvertent situation really that night where my client's son, who was on duty, he just was distracted and sold it quickly, and it was a mistake. And
so first things first, that's great, but your son should be here because he's the one that did it.
Oh, I didn't know that. I would have.
Well, that was just that's just in my opinion. If I was
Okay, you want me to go?
No. If I was a violator,
Yeah.
I probably would have been. That's just my.
He wanted to come actually.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, it sounds like you did everything that you were supposed to do, correct?
yeah, we did, and we can, you know, follow up and have him stop by the office and
Yeah.
talk or something. I figured you'd want the owner and you know, to be here.
He wanted to
Just-
come actually.
He's not the one that's there on a daily basis. His son's the one that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's my fault. I should have probably
No,
had
it's
him.
nobody's fault.
Yeah.
It's just.
We'll give you the fine.
That's good.
So what was their response sent to the FDA?
Basically, it was a letter just sent acknowledging that the error had been made, that he was distracted at the time, that we are going to be extremely diligent in the future about IDing everybody under the age of 27, as required by the regulations. And even before this, when they opened, they have these two forms of identification machines, and they have been very good at it. You know, and it just a mistake was made on this situation, and so it's not going to happen again. You know, that's for sure. They've been ever since that time. They've been very aggressive in terms of it, from what I've been told.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, that's also, do you have any signs posted? I know, because a lot of times dealing with that stuff, people, you know, I'm 30 years old, you're carding me, or I'm 25. Do you have signs that say we card anyone under 27? I mean, that might be a good thing, just so you don't get that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna look. If we don't, I'm gonna put one. There's probably a sign.
Yeah, sometimes the state will give them to you too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You're aware Scituate is 21.
Yeah, yes.
No, I know. I think the FDA has a guideline that's supposed to be something like 27 or something. They like to.
Carding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in terms of sales, what?
Oh, no, we know that. Yeah,
Age
no, it's
21,
Yeah, 21.
right. No, I know. It's just anybody who's
My
close.
concern is for you and your business is, you know, for the fact of the cigarette sale, but you're also a liquor store and it goes beyond the board of health,
yeah.
the selectmen.
Yeah, no, we know.
That raises a flag for
Yeah.
liquor sale. And I, you know, want to see you have a successful business in town.
Thank you.
and
Yeah.
Not have those issues.
Yeah.
Understood.
As far as I'm concerned, it's a learning point that
Yeah, as long
there's
as.
testing that's done, and years ago, there used to be more testing done, where they actually go to stores about twice a year.
Yeah.
And it, just to make sure people were doing what they're supposed to be doing.
We're rejecting a lot of people, like, now they're very aggressive, I told them, and they're super careful, you know. They're doing-
Especially with the, like I said, the liquor. I mean,
Oh, yeah, no question.
it's-
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Cigarettes
And that's
are fine.
why, I mean, those
Yeah.
machines are expensive, and especially the high-end one they have that says how many times people have come, it does a complete record, and he invested in that, and not everybody has
And not to
in
say that,
establishments, but,
You know, as far as my opinion goes, you know, the first time you've never been before us, I have no problem. It's a nice way to meet you, have a little talk, tell you what you want.
Thank you.
The next time, you know, can end up being a suspension of tobacco sales, which this board has done before,
Okay.
along with a fine. And
Okay.
we've done it where we've taken the license away for a week, sometimes during a school vacation or something, when
Yeah.
kids are apt to be around. And the fine, and it gets worse from there.
Yeah.
You know, third offense, and it's usually within a time period, but I just don't wanna see you back again. Want to have a good business.
But that's just us, the EPA swings a much bigger stick than we do, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, they have not had any follow-up since that time frame, and that was March, you know, in April, so
Right.
I think they realized it was the first time too.
Well, it's good,
and-
because they're just letting you out there to know that
Yep, no,
we're checking every so often.
Yeah, we don't know when they're gonna do it, right? We're not privy to anything, you know?
Right, so we aren't notified ahead of time that they're going to do it, but we as a board also conduct,
Right.
compliance checks.
South Shore Collaborative,
So-
was it, that used to?
I'm not sure who used to do it, but, we as a town have been funding it and doing it ourselves, for the last couple of years. So it's, you know.
We haven't heard much, so we
So-
haven't really had any violations, so that's good. People have been checking and IDing and, the whole thing with the 21 thing, just to explain, is, this board, we were approached by somebody from a state or a tobacco place, and, we went from 18 to 21 to keep the cigarettes far from the high school.
Right,
And, you know, you get into discussion about that, but this is the Board of Health, so we look at it from a health standpoint, so.
Yep.
We just wanna keep people healthy. I guess what we were told was 5% of smokers start after 21, so 95% we can.
interesting,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's amazing, so if
Yeah.
we can keep it out of the schools and keep it away and, you know, just get kids not to start.
Yep, understood.
No, I wish you had success in business.
Thank
I don't know if
Yeah, it's been 2 years now, and business is good, and everything's going fine, so,
Awesome,
Good.
other than,
Then that's it.
okay,
yeah.
all right,
If I could get a copy of the response letter.
Yep.
To the FDA, that'd be great, I can put it in the file and close the loop on, you know, this issue.
Yep.
Oh, perfect.
There it is.
All right,
How fast was that?
one email or letter saved.
yep,
Excellent.
yep, great,
Thanks.
okay, thanks.
Okay.
Yep, you too,
Appreciate it.
yep.
All right, next item up on the agenda, new business, Jen's director's report. What's that?
Clean beaches, clean.
Yes,
beaches.
yes, 3 weeks in a row, so we're going for week
Clean
number 4
beaches.
tomorrow, fingers crossed.
Nobody's waiting for their, plans to be done,
Septic plans?
meaning nobody's raising cane.
Nope, we're keeping up. We have a couple that we're trying to collaborate with DEP, so, you know, that coordination can take a little longer, since they cover 351 towns and we've got one, so,
Right.
collaborating with them on a couple, so they're taking a little longer,
I
but
hope it's the top of the
otherwise.
list.
They usually make us feel that way, which is great,
Yeah.
they're good.
Our tax dollars should. That's the way it should.
They're
That's
good,
the way it should be.
they're good partners in the
Good.
southeast region, so. So speaking of septic, so we have 12 failures, one new since our last meeting. I just provided you guys with a copy of the letter sent to the owners. We received a failed Title V inspection in the last week or so. Let's see, we have several plans in the queue. We have 6 in various stages of review. We have 2 in the revised state, 1 which I just sent comments out tonight on, and then 1 that needs to be reviewed. So, trying to keep up with everything. We have 2 outstanding private well applications, both of which were received prior to the regulations being in place. We're waiting for a couple of outstanding items on those. We have 1 pool still to permit and inspect, so I anticipate that to happen in the next week, as we said. beaches, three good weeks down, so hopefully that trend will continue for us.
Yes.
We have 9 housing cases, one of which is, I believe, very close to closeout. Just hopefully one final inspection on a minor item in the bathroom, but I'm having trouble reaching the occupant, so as soon as I can reach them, we can schedule an inspection. I have 5 nuisance complaints, actually 5 nuisance cases, 1 since the last meeting, so I'm trying to work with the property owner to alleviate that. We still have 6 environmental releases that we're tracking, reviewing documents, nothing new since the last time. Food is extremely busy. I think it's our busiest task at the moment. The carnival arrives, well, I think it actually has arrived today, but it begins tomorrow. So we'll be conducting all of the food inspections tomorrow afternoon, early evening. Farmers market has been open for a couple of weeks. We conducted inspections last week and will continue to do so with unannounced inspections throughout the season.
Can we put the brakes on summer? 4th of July's gone, the carnival's here.
Heritage Days is coming up next.
Oh, shnikes.
Flying
Flying by.
It is flying by. Heritage Days will be
Never
here
thought we'd
soon.
do that.
To put the brakes on?
Yeah.
I have to talk to Mother Nature. I don't know if she listens to me though. As long as she listens to me with the beaches, I'll be thrilled.
Yeah, I agree.
Food has been very busy since my last report to you. I have the inspection results between May 23rd and June 29th available. There have been 33 total inspections, including 10 pre-opening / seasonal openings, 3 ownership changes, 5 re-inspections, and 1 issue associated with a collective garbage and rubbish area, harbor. More to come on that. As for the critical violations, we had several where food was not held at proper temperature and or equipment wasn't maintaining the appropriate temperature. We had food anywhere from 45 to almost 70 degrees. Glass and dishwashers not sanitizing, paper towels lacking from hand washing sink, potentially hazardous foods stored above ready-to-eat foods, and ice machines that were not clean.
Wonderful.
Nellie has been very busy and very disappointed in her last several weeks of inspections.
Disappointed in the fact that the restaurant owners aren't listening to her, or disappointed in the fact that they're just not following?
I think it's a combination of things. I think she is struggling with the fact that folks aren't checking their own temperatures. I mean, she shouldn't have to be the one to walk in and discover that a cooler isn't the temperature. You know, this is something that, for the better of an establishment, it behooves them to keep up with checking temperatures, keeping logs, et cetera, to save, to save product. So I think that has been a struggle, and I also believe in conversations with her that she feels as though people aren't listening, that this is something that's basic, and that it shouldn't have to be a reminder. Things go down, things go bad,
As a suggestion, I don't know
happen.
if some of these establishments, if they need to visit with Nellie and you, I know you've got a lot on your plate, but something to say, there's more than just Nellie looking at this, and I'm here now.
Yep.
And you're taking time out of my time to come down here, and this isn't good, because the next step, then we bring you before the board, if you wanna go that route.
Absolutely, and last week I was with Nellie for the better part of the day. I'll be with Nellie tomorrow, both on re-inspections as well as some new inspections. So I'm typically with Nellie maybe once every other week, doing some of these things, and if there's a particular item or location that she wants me to visit, absolutely, that's where I go.
Right.
She was out doing inspections today. As a general rule, things were pretty good, but she's just hoping that despite the fact that folks are busy, that it is the summer, that it is busy, and people aren't necessarily thinking about their temperature logs or.
Seasonal help.
Right.
I was just gonna say
all
through
the
seasonal
changes.
help, yeah.
So, it's just kind of a good time to, you know, remind folks that it's your product, and it's your business, and it's your reputation, and you don't want somebody calling us to complain.
Right.
So, the extra training is worthwhile, the extra time spent with checking temperatures is absolutely worthwhile. So it's all very important, and I know that she works really hard to remind folks, help folks, stress these things to folks, and if there's a problem, if something goes down, you know, she's the first one to be willing to say, okay, let's keep you working and come up with a temporary solution so that they can continue to smoothly operate, you know, if the cooler is down or if, you know, ice machine's not functioning
Right,
and it's part of the business, so.
Yeah, not
so
here to
she's-
hurt people, we're here
That's
to
right.
help and.
That's right.
Right, we're gonna keep.
When she's finding
Health is number one.
the violations, are they aware of it ahead of time, or is that like a?
Oh, no, you know what that is. Oh, I didn't know.
So I can't speak to what folks know before she arrives.
Right.
But when she walks in, she asks for the person who's in charge, and they walk
Right.
with her to do the inspection so that they see what she sees as she sees it, and they can talk about it, discuss it, and then, before she leaves, they go over the violations to make sure that the understanding is
Right.
there, and what corrective actions need to be taken and by when. And then she's very good at follow-up, so if she goes somewhere today and says, I'm coming back on Wednesday, she comes back on Wednesday.
Right.
So there's a continued accountability both to themselves
Of course.
and to her.
So the first inspection's kind of a surprise inspection.
That's right.
But the second one is,
Well, the reinspection.
we're gonna be here Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the
That's right.
morning.
Right.
So if you
know
mess
your
up then, you're
violations-
really,
Right, and you know your
Yeah.
violation is, so you gotta get it fixed.
you gotta get it fixed, that's right.
Right. The only folks that we actually schedule appointments with as opposed to show up unannounced are, the bed and breakfasts, because it's people's homes, and our residential kitchen, again, because it's people's homes.
Right.
So those are the folks that we schedule initial inspections with, just because there's no other way in.
Right.
But, everyone else, we come when we come.
Which is,
So,
yeah, they shouldn't be
So-
hard about that.
yeah, so hopefully, you know, despite the fact that it's the summer season, you know, people can take that step back and look at their own establishments as if they were a customer.
Good.
So that's what I have for director's report.
Okay. Old business. There's nothing there, but I just have a question. Has there been any feedback from the well regulations, anything at all? So, you know, it's old business, new business, recent business?
We just had a question today, somebody called that was potentially thinking of putting in a well and wanted to know if a single well could serve more than one dwelling. So we told them the answer was no, you know, directed them to the website so that they could read, you know, the regulations or that portion of the regulations, to understand. And I do believe, somebody came in, for their permits on applications received prior to the regulations, but still took a copy of the regulations so that they knew moving forward, let's say they were gonna sell the house, that there would be that sampling and transfer requirement. So, so even folks who have come in beforehand, are still taking the regs, and so they're learning.
Excellent. Next up, other business, administrative invoice approvals and minutes approvals from January 23rd of this year.
So I have lots of invoices. This should be the very last batch from FY 17, and a couple from initial FY 18, believe it or not already.
All right.
And then these are the minutes. They are unchanged from the last meeting, but we double checked what was officially posted. And these minutes were not.
Oh, I did those. Okay.
Yep, I think it's just that one. Yeah, Doug, I think you signed some of them, but not all of them.
Doug reads it.
Get a stamp for you guys.
We didn't know who to call, or we need something bad.
Last week was a holiday week.
accept the minutes for January 23rd, 2017.
I'd like to second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Take a motion to adjourn the meeting.